Hi everyone, my name is Amber. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing with you my 5-star predictions. So I have picked out 6 books from my TBR that I think I am probably going to love and I'm going to give 5 stars. I'm going to be honest with you, I am quite a picky reader. 5-star books to me are all-time favourites. They're incredible, they're flawless, and I don't give out 5 stars lightly. I know my friends keep laughing at me because I give out so few 5-star books in a year. I think this year I managed maybe like 5 at most, so it's quite difficult for me to choose 6 books, but I wanted to choose 6 so I could read them in the first half of 2021 and then do kind of a recap video, talk about the books, why they were or weren't 5 stars, and then pick out 6 more for the remainder of the year. So I did manage to find 6 that I'm very excited for. Obviously I hope that every book is going to be a 5-star read for me, but often I don't expect it to be because I am so picky. Without further ado, let's get into the books. The first one I'm going to choose is by an author who I've read from before, and it's from a series that I have already started and I adored. That book is The Obelisk Gates, which is one that I've been meaning to read for the longest time. This is the second book in the Broken Earth trilogy, and the first book, the 5th season, completely blew my mind. I loved it. I think I gave it 5 stars or maybe 4.5, and now that I know what's going on in this world, I'm fully expecting to love this book, and I don't know where the story could go next, to be honest with you. I've got no idea what to expect. I do know that people don't tend to love this book as much as they love the 5th season, but I think I'm going into it with that in mind, and so I'm probably going to love it, and I'm fully predicting that I'm going to give it 5 stars. So the 5th season is about a woman who loses her son, and she has to, is it her son or her daughter? She loses her child and she has to go and find them. And there are 2 other main characters as well. And in this world there are devastating earthquakes, and there are also what is essentially earthbenders, and they all come into it somehow. And I don't want to talk too much about the plot because first of all, everyone has already described it before me and can probably do a better job, and secondly, there are some twists and turns in there and I don't want to accidentally give too much away. So earthbenders, apocalyptic kind of world that's falling apart and possibly dying, and it's written by N.K. Jemisin. So please check out this series if you haven't already. I'm fully planning on loving this book, and if I don't, I'm going to be so disappointed, but it's okay because I'm going to love it. Actually, looking at all these books now, I've just realised that I have chosen all fantasy books, which was a complete accident. I think it's because normally with thriller books, I don't tend to love them. I think I've given very few thrillers 5 stars. They're normally around the 3 or 4 star range for me. I think the last time I gave a thriller 5 stars was when I read The Turn of the Key by Ruth Ware. That was last year. So yeah, I'm quite picky with thrillers, but fantasy tends to hit a bit harder for me, at least. Anyway, so the next one I want to read and hopefully love is Empire of the Sand. Sorry, just Empire of Sand. And this one is blurbed by S.A. Chakraborty, who is one of my all-time favourite authors, and if she loves the book, I'm almost guaranteed to love it. It says here that the main character is trapped between 2 cultures. Her father comes from the ruling classes of the empire, but her mother's people were outcasts. The main character is caught one night performing forbidden rites. She is brought to the attention of the emperor's most feared mystics. So this one is inspired by South Asian mythology. I can't remember if it's to do with a particular religion, if it's like Hindu, sorry. I did start this one before and I only got a couple of chapters in, but I did really enjoy the writing style. So again, I'm fully expecting to love this one, and I think there's a sequel or maybe a spin-off called Realm of Ash, which again, I am hoping to love. So I'm really excited to check this one out. I think this one also features Jinn in a way, kind of like S.A. Chakraborty's stuff, except I think the Jinn in this one are a bit different. I don't think they're necessarily people who have their own city of brass, but we'll see. I actually know nothing about this book, so don't listen to me until I've read it. The next one I want to mention is one that I have also already started. That's actually a theme with a couple of these books. By the time this video goes up, I've hopefully finished it. So future me will have a good idea of how good these predictions are. And that is Words of Radiance. This is just part 1, but I'm predicting that I will give the entire book 5 stars. I've already started it. I've read an entire 2 chapters. So I'm on page 19 out of 1,000, so it's going well. I loved The Way of Kings. I gave it 4.5 stars. The first half was 4 stars, the second half was 5 stars, so altogether 4.5 stars. But I'm fully expecting this one to be so much better, and I'm so excited to see where it goes next. I think I did start this one before a few years ago and got maybe 200 pages in, but I had to stop because it was just overwhelming. But now I'm going to finish it and I'm going to love it. I really hope that I manage to finish it off in December, but it might run into the new year just because it's so long and I've got so much to do and it is so intimidating. But at the same time, it's Brandon Sanderson and I do fly through his books. They're really not as intimidating as they look. I just need to remember that. So like I said, this is the second book in the Stormlight archive, and I can't wait to see what happens to all of these characters in this one. The next book is one that I haven't actually started yet, so that's unusual, and that is City of Stairs. I'm choosing this one because I know a couple of people who have loved this book. It's one of their all-time favourites, and if they haven't loved this one, they have loved stuff by Robert Jackson Bennett before. Honestly, I think this one sounds incredible. So I've read the back, and it says, you've got to be careful when you're chasing a murderer through, I don't know how to pronounce it, Bulikov? For the world is not as it should be in that city. When the gods were destroyed and all worship of them banned, reality folded. Stairs lead to nowhere, alleyways have become portals to the past, and criminals disappear into thin air. So I think this is about a magical city that maybe trolls people, and that sounds exactly like my kind of thing. If you have read, sorry to keep mentioning it, but if you have read City of Brass and you remember the palace in there that keeps trolling the ruling royal family by like changing the walls and moving statues and things, I'm hoping this is what it's going to be like, except not necessarily like a joking kind of thing. I think this is probably going to be a bit more serious since, you know, reality itself has collapsed. But it just reminds me of that, and that's mainly what I'm excited about. I don't know anything about the main characters and if they're like interesting or anything, but the setting sounds like something that I will adore. So yeah, I'm dying to read this one, especially because a few of my friends have loved it. Although I did just flick through and I saw that there were songs or maybe poetry or something in there. I didn't really take it in, but if there are songs, then maybe I won't love it so much. But no, this is a 5-star predictions video, so let's stay positive. The next book is one that I've already started and I am already loving, but I did put it down about a year ago just because I was in a fantasy reading slump. But that is Crown of Feathers. This is about two sisters, one of which, or both of which I think, become phoenix riders, and there's a baby phoenix in it, and if that isn't enough to give it 5 stars, I don't know what is. So this book was so well written, I noticed as I was reading it, and I can't wait to carry on with it. One of the lines on the back says, sometimes the title of queen is given, sometimes it must be taken. Honestly, I'm so excited to read this book again. I'm going to start from the beginning because I think I got about 100 pages in and I was loving it, but then like I said, I was in a YA fantasy sort of slump thing and I just couldn't carry on with it. But I just know that this is going to be something that I love because it's so easy to read. It's got baby phoenixes, it's got phoenix riders, and it just sounds incredible. So yeah, I will be loving this one. This is probably going to be one of the first ones that I read. And then finally we have one that I don't really know much about, but a couple of my friends have loved it, so I have faith in their reading tastes, even if they don't always align with mine, but this one does sound really good. And that is 12 Kings. This one is about a girl who I think is an orphaned daughter of an assassin. Let me just read the back because that's going to make more sense. Okay, so the back says, the 12 kings try to bury their secrets in the sand. No matter how deeply they are buried, secrets want to be found. An assassin discovered the first of them and was murdered by the kings, who hoped their secrets died with her. But secrets find a way. The assassin had a daughter and now she will uncover the truth. So I think this is kind of a revenge story told from the point of view of the assassin's daughter, who I assume is now dead. But I do think this one sounds really, really good. And I love books about assassins for one thing. And I also love kind of generational stories. In this one, if the mum's kind of a legend and the daughter is kind of following in her footsteps and to take revenge, and is trying to take revenge, I think that sounds like something I would really enjoy. So that's why I think I'm going to enjoy this one, even though I don't know much about it. I do think that this might be a really long series. I don't know how accurate that is, but I've kind of got it in my head that there are maybe 5 books out, and I don't know if it's ended. So I'm looking forward to getting into this. The main character on the cover kind of looks like a gladiator, so that's kind of cool. Robin Hobb says it's breathtaking. There aren't any other authors on the back who I know, but other people have said that it's the best epic fantasy series they've seen in years. So that's really promising, and I'm fully expecting to enjoy this one. So these are the 6 books that I predict that I will rate 5 stars. Some I am more confident about than others. I think, let me order them actually in like most confident, least confident, and then we'll see where we're at. So this is kind of what I'm thinking. I love the Stormlight archive so far, and I know what to expect from Brandon Sanderson, so this is why he's at the top. Crown of Feathers, I'm already a good way through that one, so I think I'm probably going to like it. The Obelisk Gate has received some mixed reviews compared to the first book, but again, N.K. Jemisin, I think I'm going to love it. Empire of Sand, Oh no, City of Stairs is next, and I'm choosing to put that one closer to the middle just because my friends have loved it, but I haven't really heard much about it outside of my circle of friends. Empire of Sand I do think I'm gonna love, but maybe less than the others, and then 12 Kings I just don't know enough about to say that I'm going to love it for sure. But like I said, these are 5-star predictions, so I think I'm going to love all of them, and I have high hopes for them. So my plan is to maybe read one a month and then do a kind of review recap video in June or July, and then pick out some more books, and we can maybe find some more 5-star predictions for me. Thank you all so much for watching this video. Let me know in the comments below if you think I will enjoy these books, if you think that I've chosen them correctly or maybe incorrectly. Maybe you don't think I'm going to enjoy these and you think I'm silly for having them on this video. I'm uploading regularly at the moment for Vlogmas, so please do subscribe and click the notification bell if you are interested in my videos. I'll be back soon with the next one. Bye!